funny.
Are we at the City Arts Factory?
Wait, I think we are.
Are we at another Third Thursday?
I think we are.
I think we are as well.
I know. I think it's going to be awesome. Don't you think so?
It's already awesome.
I know,
Here.
right?
Listen, I'm Michael Newman. You're.
Christine Perez. Yeah.
And we're going to be your host for this evening.
Yeah.
It's another Third Thursday. It's a whole exhibit of sports.
I typically am known for shooting big sports athletes and campaigns involving sports. I've shot politicians and then all the way to people like Dwight Howard. And these are the sexy ones when I get these. These are the good ones. We were shooting him for something to do with his clothing and had the clothes on at the end of the shot.
Yeah.
I said, can you take your shirt off and do one more?
Of course he obliged and said, oh, well, why not?
Current Magic players.
Yeah.
Dwight, Jameer, Ryan, and then this is the legendary Penny Hardaway.
Old school, back when Shaq was here and that whole crew.
This was done in conjunction with Dwight's D12. I won't lie and say that I was in the water swimming with a camera on this one. I was sitting on the beach with a long lens. This is arguably the most famous wave in the world. This is the North Shore of Oahu, Bonsai Pipeline. This is Sonny Garcia, and he's the he's the last Hawaiian to win the World Championships of surfing. This is all captured in one frame of film. What is called a stroboscopic technique. As you can see, they're all on black, and we have a strobe. It flashes very, very quickly. The specialty of this strobe is what's called flash duration, which is the actual amount of time that the light turns on and turns off. And when you can set that up upwards of an 8,000th of a second or higher, then you don't get the ghosting in between each thing. There's no ambient light.
It just looks solid.
It's each solid frame, but the lens itself is still open. The shutter is open the entire time.
Wow.
I'm an action sports photographer. I've been one for like the last 10, 15 years. My inspiration was to show a series of 3 that was like action sports environments on the top and then like the sport that matched it on the bottom. My work's taken me all over the world, so that's something I'm super proud of. I actually enjoy being an observer as a photographer. I mean, I think we're all creators in our own way, but I enjoy just being in the moment and letting things happen naturally and then finding that moment that will tell a story out of something that's happening. That's what I really love about photography.
We have about 1,200 pieces of artwork ranging from baseball bases that we've drawn their pictures on, and they're signed from Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, a lot of the great baseball players. We do football, baseball, basketball. Cash is licensed with the NBA, and a lot of these are signed at different shows and different events for where the player is honored. So that's what we do. Everything that I work on, including personal portraits, I get involved, I get to know the person a little bit, and I can capture that into the portrait. That's the late Jack Lambert, and he was a defensive player for Pittsburgh, and he was probably one of the greatest defensive players. But as you could see, he's missing a couple of teeth there, and he's got a pretty tough look, and he gave it all, everything he had.
My time period was abstract art, and so then you mix abstract art with graffiti art, and then the New York scene, which is scrambling enough. So then you start out with like silver, and then you just take color. You got your rubber gloves on, you go like that.
No rules.
And then it's like this.
So you fall asleep on top of the canvas, really, and then in the morning it turns into a masterpiece.
Absolutely.
I love it.
This is Tracks of Life.
Okay.
So it's birth with the little curly head baby.
Yeah.
And then here's your tracks, and it's whatever you do in between life and death.
Ooh.
That's Tracks of Life. I love to dance. I love music.
Yeah.
I love Chris Brown's new song.
She loves the Chris Brown song. You like Rihanna too?
I love Rihanna. Well, I like Chris Brown more than Rihanna.
Okay,
I wish
I can
they get back
understand
together though.
I don't know if the world wants that to happen. You get an opportunity to like a huge blank canvas like this, and you're able to make magic happen.
It really is pretty cool.
Art is magic, as you were saying.
The show in here is actually an all-star theme art show, so it's based with some of the best Orlando local artists. It's actually got some sweat in there. D Rose is really sweating in there. It's a mixed media piece. I wanted to show you Justin Barrow's piece. It's actually based off the theme of Watch the Throne album from Jay-Z and Kanye West's song and in Paris.
Okay, you got it.
I know how to blur out things. He says, I can go seriously like Mike go. Which one? MJ, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6. Did an awesome job, and then he's got the Jordan sneakers on the bottom right here. Here we got a piece from Jacob Cordell, Larry Johnson, his favorite basketball player. Got to stay true to the team. Over here we got Van Jay. also a local artist from Orlando. It's called Beast Mode, going beast, going crazy. One of the greats. You got Peter Van Flores pulling in some city essence and, you know, bringing home New York into his piece. One of my favorite pieces in the whole entire show.
What was the inspiration behind this piece?
The Godfather is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
So when I started this, the main thing I wanted to do was get the sketches down. I wanted it to be pop, and I wanted the composition to work, and I wanted everything to focus on the Godfather as the main subject. If you're watching the movie and you get a feel of it and you know who the characters are, that's the cool part. So you're going to relate to some of the different characters in the movie. The budgets used to be, you know, really grand budgets to do masterpieces of art and to do what you wanted.
Right.
And then slowly shrunk up to say, well, we just want a photo of something, and everything had to be digital. And so we got away from the oil paintings and all that kind of hand art to something that's done on the computer.
Yeah.
And that's really cool and everything, but I prefer to go with the old style stuff.
Yeah. He's old school. He's old school. You heard it.
Old school,
Yeah,
old
man. I love it.
Bobby Knight is he's the kind of guy that disciplines two ways, physically and mentally. And in this image, you have the basketball player getting both. He's pointing his finger, kind of physically pushing him, but it's the wrath of the verbal abuse.
Yeah.
He's so much bigger, even though his basketball players are 7 feet
Yeah, it's
tall.
a lot bigger than him.
Tebow, we're not sure what he's going to do, but I love the guy. I mean,
Right,
I'm
you
just
gotta
a
love it.
huge fan, you
Yeah.
know, and everything he did this year, I was excited. This is one of the ones that is just classic, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can add to Ali.
No.
There's only what you can take out of what he's done.
Exactly.
And so this, to me, is that classic image of him standing over Liston, and
that's funny.
in my style, just kind of saying, "Get up, sucker." It's just classic Ali. This right here is Brett Favre, of course, and I'm not sure if he's ever going to retire. But we have him in the Jets, but he's all kinds of Packers jerseys.
With the
and
gray hair, of course. I love it.
There's a little theme behind us, if you will. I don't know if you can tell. It's a little Pinocchio-esque. Let's hear a little bit about it from the artist, shall we?
Everyone is Pinocchio, correct?
Everyone is Pinocchio. How so?
Did you ever tell a lie?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe I did. So, and how does this talk about your art?
Well, I talk about humanity, and I talk about men. My Pinocchio is basically me. And the minute that I am conscious about my lies, then I can prevent myself from telling them. I'm in Milan in 2004. Someone gives me a little Pinocchio. I've been doing exhibitions, and somebody gives me a gift. I go to Berlin, and I got about a week and a half in Berlin, and all at once, I start thinking about the concept of lying, okay? And so my first painting is this one, where I draw my Pinocchio, and then all at once, I come right back with the others. And then what are the questions that you ask yourself? Don't tell a lie.
But what if you do?
Tell the truth. Who is the real Pinocchio? All of us. Everyone is a Pinocchio. Art is performance, performance is art. And the minute that I allow myself to say, art is performance, performance is art, you just saw me make art. To decide, did you like it or didn't you like it? Now, is it better with two?
I mean, I like the two. It's pretty good.
It's better than one.
I mean, sometimes.
Okay, ready?
All right.
Together. Art is performance, performance is art. Art is performance, performance is art.
So what you're saying is I'm an artist now.
You were part of what I was part of.
So we were
and then
doing
the
art.
minute we were artists.
So, everybody, thank you so much for watching It's Orlando Live. It's always a pleasure. Me and
Yeah, it
Christine,
was
we
a great
love doing
time.
this. We love telling you about stuff. Also, thank you to Beth with
lovely.
with all her stories with homelessness in Central Florida. Please be a part of that conversation and help her out and help the Orlando community out. But without further ado, let's go home.
Let's dance away, right?
Let's dance.
Shall we?
Let's go and
Let's
dance.
dance.
Anyway, Orlando, keep it awesome.
We'll keep it awesome.
Keep it
All
awesome.
sports, all art.